Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into a story that has, well, fundamentally shaken the bedrock of professional basketball.
It really has.
For you, we've synthesized a stack of sources detailing this massive ongoing FBI investigation. And it's implicated two very recognizable NBA figures, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, and this isn't just about two high-profile arrests, you know. This feels like a crucial moment, especially for anyone following sports and, frankly, the huge rise of the betting industry.
Right.
So our mission here is to unpack the true scope of what the FBI itself is calling extraordinary investigations.
Yeah.
We're talking alleged illegal sports betting, actual game manipulation.
Manipulation, yeah.
And even mafia-linked high-stakes poker schemes.
Yeah.
It apparently spans 11 states, tens of millions in fraud. It's serious stuff.
And the league's reaction, I mean, that tells you everything about the gravity here.
Instantly.
Both Rozier and Billups were placed on immediate leave by the NBA. The league quickly confirmed they take these allegations with the utmost seriousness. They emphasize that the integrity of our game remains our top priority.
Exactly. And what's critical here, I think, is that the feds aren't treating this like some internal gambling issue.
Yeah.
They've leveled federal felony charges.
Yeah.
Conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, extortion. I mean, these are complex financial crimes. It really speaks to how deeply criminal organizations might have penetrated the pro sports world.
Okay, so let's separate these cases because they are actually shockingly distinct. First up, let's unpack the charges against Terry Rozier. This seems to center entirely on manipulating betting markets using inside knowledge.
That's the core of it. And he's charged in this specific sports betting case alongside former NBA player and assistant coach Damon Jones. Okay. What's really fascinating, or maybe disturbing here, is the alleged precision of the crime. It wasn't just someone placing a bet on a game outcome.
Right.
This was apparently strategic manipulation tied directly to a player's own actions within the game.
Okay, let's get specific then. The central allegation detailed in the sources, it focuses on one single game. March 23, 2023, Charlotte Hornets versus the New Orleans Pelicans. And the claim is that Rozier actually told co-conspirators he was going to exit the game early, claiming a, quote, foot injury.
Right, based on that private tip, which, I mean, if true, just completely undermines the whole idea of fair play, right?
Totally.
Bets adding up to more than $200,000 were placed. And the scheme allegedly pulled in tens of thousands in illegal profits when Rozier did, in fact, exit the game after playing only 9 minutes.
9 minutes, which is just wild when you think about it. His average was, what, 75 minutes a game?
Yeah, 35 minutes, putting up 21 points pretty consistently that season.
So exiting after 9, that timing, combined with the bets, that's the whole hinge of the case, isn't it?
It really is. And if you connect this to the bigger betting picture, it's about capitalizing on what they call prop bets.
Ah, okay. Not just who wins or loses.
Exactly. Bets on individual player stuff like minutes played, points scored, rebounds, whatever. So the ability to basically guarantee a player doesn't hit a certain target, that's incredibly valuable to, well, a betting syndicate.
But okay, the defense isn't just rolling over here. Rozier's lawyer, James Trusty, has come out swinging, strongly denied everything, flat out said Rozier is not a gambler.
Right.
And they really hammered the prosecution, criticizing them for relying on, and this is a quote, spectacularly incredible sources rather than actual evidence. What does that signal to you?
Well, that phrase, spectacularly incredible sources, it strongly suggests the prosecution's case might lean heavily on, say, confidential informants.
Okay.
Or maybe co-conspirators who've flipped, turned state's evidence. Rather than having, like, ironclad proof authenticated texts, clear financial trails.
So it could come down to witness credibility.
Very likely. It means the legal fight is probably going to hinge on how believable those witnesses are. Right. Shows you the stakes for both sides are incredibly high.
And this wasn't just Rozier, apparently. The network allegedly went further. Damon Jones is also implicated, tied to scrutiny over two other NBA matchups, Lakers versus Bucks in February 23 and Lakers versus Thunder in January 24. That suggests maybe a broader pattern, right? Not just a one-off thing. Potentially a multi-team network involved.
Absolutely. The common theme in all those alleged instances would be exploiting inside information.
Yeah.
But that's really where the comparison with the other big case ends.
Yeah, the common denominator definitely ends there. Because Chauncey Billups' situation, that takes us down a completely different frankly, darker path.
It really does.
Let's shift gears entirely. This is a massive illegal poker case, and it's got alleged organized crime links. It seems to be about leveraging celebrity status almost like bait.
That's the key distinction, yeah.
Yeah.
Rozier's case is framed as insider trading on the court, basically. Billups' alleged involvement. That's about facilitating this huge, rigged, high-stakes poker operation, using his fame, his celebrity, to build trust and lure victims in.
And when you look at the scale they're talking about, you immediately see why some called this the far more massive operation. Federal prosecutors are saying 31 defendants are implicated.
31.
And that includes 13 members and associates of 3 major New York crime families. The Bonanno, Genovese, and Gambino families. I mean, that's heavy involvement.
It really is. And when Joseph Nocella, the U.S. attorney, describes Billups' alleged role, it's exactly that, leveraging his fame. To bring in these high-net-worth individuals to games held in these glamorous, seemingly legitimate spots.
Vegas, Miami.
Vegas, Miami, Manhattan, even the Hamptons. His status was effectively a high-value asset for the whole syndicate's operation.
So people walk in, they see a famous athlete, or they're in this environment connected to him. They probably assume the game's on the level, secure.
You'd think so.
But the sheer mechanical deception involved here, it's kind of mind-blowing. This wasn't just, a dealer hiding a card up their sleeve.
I don't know, this is where you get that aha moment. It shows the almost industrialized scale of the fraud they're alleging. Or to guarantee they win consistently, the sources, detail-specific, pretty high-tech cheating tools were allegedly used. We're talking shuffling machines, designed to actually read the cards as they're shuffled.
Read the cards.
Yeah. Special contact lenses and glasses that could apparently see invisible markings on the cards. And then this is the one that really jumps out. They even allegedly used an X-ray table.
Wait, hold on. An X-ray table? Seriously? That level of sophisticated fraud. It suggests this wasn't some backroom game. It sounds like a mini operation with custom tech designed purely to fleece people.
Exactly. Think about the logistics just to maintain that kind of setup.
Yeah.
It implies a huge, expensive infrastructure, a whole network of skilled, complicit people needed just to run the operation and manage the technology. It feels like an operational blueprint designed to systematically exploit wealthy individuals.
And the losses were staggering.
Oh, yeah. Victims often lost tens, sometimes hundreds and thousands of dollars per game. There's one documented case of a single person losing $1.8 million.
$1.8 million in one game. Okay, that really puts the coercion element into sharp focus. Because once you've lost that much in a rigged game, the wire fraud charge suddenly makes sense alongside the extortion charge.
Precisely. That's where the organized crime muscle allegedly comes in. When victims, understandably, balked at paying these insane debts from fixed games, that's when the mafia associates supposedly stepped in, using threats, intimidation, strong-arming to get the money.
So the crime shifts. High-tech cheating to basically old-school mob tactics.
That seems to be the allegation, yes.
So, okay, we've got these two angles. Alleged insider sports betting fraud and this alleged celebrity-linked mafia-run poker fraud. What does all this mean for the NBA, for the integrity of pro sports right now, especially since, 2018, the Supreme Court decision, the federal ban struck down, this multi-billion-dollar legal sports betting industry just exploded?
Well, these two cases side by side, they perfectly illustrate the kind of regulatory and security blind spots that maybe were created by that explosion.
Yeah.
It seems like this new environment created almost a perfect storm. An opportunity for both maybe lower-level insider fraud, like the Rozier allegations, and for traditional high-stakes organized crime, like in the Billups case, to kind of thrive by exploiting the credibility of the sport itself.
It definitely raises the stakes, doesn't it? When potentially billions are riding legally on specific game outcomes, even player stats. The vulnerability of players, coaches, officials to temptation, or even coercion, it just skyrockets.
And you can see law enforcement is treating this as a serious institutional threat. Not just, a few bad apples.
Right.
You had FBI Director Kash Patel calling the investigations extraordinary. And look at how pointed NYC Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch was, noting Rozier's career is now benched not for injury, but for integrity.
That's a strong statement.
That messaging, it feels designed to try and restore some public faith in the investigation process itself, saying we're taking this seriously.
It's a huge gravity check for the entire league, for sure. And FBI Assistant Director Christopher Reyes stressed, quote, "This is only the tip of the iceberg," adding that authorities are working hard to stop organized crime families from continuing to wreak havoc in our communities. That sounds like like they expect more to come out.
It certainly suggests we should anticipate more fallout, yeah.
And if you connect all this back to just the fundamental idea of sports, the core issue here is credibility, right?
Absolutely.
When allegations like these surface players or coaches deliberately influencing games or facilitating major criminal operations, it just completely undermines the fairness that fans, and importantly now, legal bettors, assume is guaranteed. You can't really sell a product if the contest itself is potentially being used as a tool for financial manipulation.
This has definitely been an eye-opening deep dive. We've covered these two really distinct, complex schemes. Rozier's alleged manipulation of specific game stats for betting profits.
And Billups's alleged use of his celebrity status to draw people into these rigged, mafia-linked high-stakes poker games involving, incredible tech fraud, like that X-ray table detail. Just wild.
Yeah, the common thread, though, even with the different settings, it seems to be the massive financial opportunity that comes from exploiting inside information or human trust or vulnerability in this new betting-centric sports world we live in now.
So as the FBI keeps saying this might only be the tip of the iceberg, let's leave you with this final thought, building on that integrity issue. Our sources mention 7 specific NBA games just between February 2023 and March 2024 are officially under scrutiny right now.
7 games.
Given that scope and the alleged involvement of sophisticated organized crime, how drastically will the NBA need to overhaul its current security, its surveillance, its regulatory ties with this massive legal betting industry just to restore trust in the game itself? Something for you to think about as this whole story continues to unfold.